This insane feminist film that came out last weekend that is getting absolutely obliterated by critics, and rightfully so, was made by an equally insane feminist who said this about Jordan Peterson, and this is just so insane. Olivia Wilde said this: Chris Pine's "Don't Worry Darling" character inspired by incel hero Jordan Peterson. Jordan Peterson talked about this when he was on Piers Morgan's interview, where he basically got very, very emotional about this, and it's very tough to watch. This is where we are at right now, where all of these woke, ridiculous people coming from Hollywood are literally basing villains of their movies and shows on real-life people. I mean, this isn't the first time this has happened, but it's continuing to happen more and more. It's getting to a point where even freaking Jordan Peterson, who isn't really even that controversial of a person, who just says normal things, common sense things, that is all it takes to become the villain of ridiculous feminist woke movies coming from Hollywood. And this is what Olivia Wilde originally said about all of this. We based that character on this insane man, Jordan Peterson. She calls Jordan Peterson an insane man who is this pseudo-intellectual hero to the incel community. They believe that society has now robbed them, that the idea of feminism is working against nature, and that we must be put back into the correct place. But this guy, Jordan Peterson, is someone that legitimizes certain aspects of their movement because he is a former professor. He's an author. He wears a suit, so they feel like this is a real philosophy that should be taken seriously. So we're going to take a look at this clip here from Jordan Peterson where he reacts to those comments. And like I said, warning, this is a very tough clip to watch.
I'll ask you just quickly, the film director Olivia Wilde has a new movie out, which she says is based on you, this insane man, this pseudo-intellectual hero to the incel community. Incel being these weirdo loner men who are despicable in many ways. Is that you? Are you the intellectual hero?
Which you can see that even with that comment, Jordan Peterson's like, wait, what?
Despicable in many ways. Is that you? Are you the intellectual hero to these people?
Sure. Why not? People have been after me for a long time because I've been speaking to disaffected young men,
Which I'm just going to say this right now, okay? That is one of the most neglected demographics of people today, for a reason in our society, are young men. And there's a reason for that, because that is the future. Those are the future generations that are going to be carrying the fate of our culture, of our society, are the young men. And they are growing up in a place where they are hopeless, where they are lost, where they are depressed, where they have no purpose, no drive, no strength, no adventure. And those are all things that are going to affect them, and in the long term affect our society moving forward. It's going to make our society a weak, pitiful society that can be completely controlled, enslaved by those who want to completely control what people can think, say, and do.
What a terrible thing to do that is. I thought the marginalized were supposed to have a voice.
It's making you emotional. Talk about that.
Well, God, it's very,
Man, this is tough to watch. It's so tough to watch.
very difficult to understand how demoralized people are. And certainly many young men are in that category. And you get these casual insults, these incels. What does it mean? It's like, well, these men, they don't know how to make themselves attractive to women who are very...
So anyway, so then he talks about, incels and everything else, which is, I've been called incels many times, which is ridiculous because I literally have like a wife and two children, and we all are a very loving and close family. So it's just ridiculous hearing them throwing these types of insults at even people like me.
Critiques go, that was kind of low level. I mean, once I got painted as Red Skull, magical super Nazi, that was kind of the end of the insults. There's no place past that. So when Olivia Wilde made those comments, the first thing I did was go look at the preview for a movie, which I quite liked. I thought I would go see that movie probably, and perhaps I will.
And just think about that. Like, Olivia Wilde literally made a movie that Jordan Peterson would have gone and seen. And I, you know, like that happens to me all the time with movies that are coming from Hollywood as well. But then you would see all these celebrities that are behind these movies that then start to attack people that could make up the very demographic, the very audience of people that would go see their movies.
I mean, you've been so controlled today, and yet in that brief moment, you got very emotional. Why?
It's really something to see constantly how many people are dying for lack of an encouraging word.
So tough to watch, man. And like I said, you know, this is one of the things, this is one of the demographics of people that need encouragement possibly more than any other. I mean, just look at our society today. Look how much the depression rates, the suicide rates are just skyrocketing with men and young men and everything else. And I'm not saying they're the only demographic that has that. So anyway, with that being said, let me know what you think about this in the comments below. What do you think about what Jordan Peterson has to say here? I think he has a lot of really good stuff to say. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you all in another video very soon.